Africa's elephants remain under threat from poachers. The poachers want to kill the elephants for their ivory tusks. South Africa, Zimbabwe and Namibia have asked for a global ban on ivory trade to be lifted. They want the proceeds of the national stockpiles of tusks to, among other things, support families that live close to elephants.
From our side, we submitted a document on the decision-making mechanism for a process of trade in ivory, and that document relates to a compromise position that was reached in 2007 when we were allowed to sell ivory as South Africa, Namibia and Botswana. So that agreement that was reached included that we will not ask for ivory sales for a period of 9 years, provided we develop this decision-making mechanism, and of course we developed an African Elephant Action Plan moving forward.
In a document submitted to CITES, South Africa, Zimbabwe and Namibia say if trade is not permitted, they will seek to nullify the ban on the principle that CITES failed to act on its mandate to investigate the matter.
What we are asking is for a process to be put in place to guide the process relating to decisions on ivory sales. So what we are asking is that we specified conditions that must be met by range states and by consumer states and reporting processes, etc., that will then enable us to potentially trade in the future in ivory.
The ban on trade in ivory products was imposed in 1989. The three countries say the 1989 trade ban promoted poaching and that an alternative solution is required. They claim a formal legal trade would increase the supply of ivory into the market, reducing its price and crowding out illegal competitors.
The big concern, of course, for a lot of countries are the issues around poaching. And as South Africa, we are also very concerned about the levels of poaching that's taking place. But we do feel that there should be a focus on addressing the key drivers of poaching. And those, of course, relates to issues relating to legislation, lack of legislation, lack of enforcement, lack of cooperation between various countries. All those things should be strengthened. Issues around corruption that must be addressed, but then also for range states, countries with elephants, there's a need to address important issues like human-wildlife conflict.
Some critics are concerned that if CITES allows ivory to be traded, the demand could skyrocket.
There are different views. Unfortunately, the discussions relating to trade in ivory is a topic that unfortunately cause a lot of polarization. There are different views on the matter. Some countries are of the view that we should close down all markets for ivory. South Africa would like to keep our opportunities and our options open, and we do agree that yes, unregulated markets should be addressed and there should be strong action to address those unregulated markets. But where markets are regulated and well regulated and enforcement is in place, there's no need to close those markets down.
For their request to pass, the three countries will need the support of 2/3 of the 183 CITES member states. Yolisa, Njamela, CCTV, Johannesburg, South Africa.